Hey guys, welcome to another episode of my Endgame Warrior Guide. Today we'll be looking at the dungeon Bathysmal Rise, a level 65 5-man dungeon. This dungeon has 3 bosses, and the first one that you see right now is a turtle. So the main thing about this boss is that on the side of the arena that you're fighting him in is a pile of rocks. And during the fight, he will actually shoot the rocks to open it, which causes poison to leak from the hole. And basically, it's one of your teammates' job or your job to be the designated rock person. You just rush there and close up the hole as soon as possible. Now, my party has decided to skip that step because we wanted to do as much damage as possible, and we have a trusty healer in our party that would cleanse away the poison. And if you do get hit by the poison, you can just jump and it'll clear off your status. There's nothing to this boss actually. Every now and then he'll call for help by summoning a bunch of little turtles. He glows blue, so all you have to do is use your knockdown skills and he'll get knocked down during that, little casting animation. Another one of his attack is the head crush, where he hits in front of him 3 times with his head. So you just, go into the side or go behind him and whack him a few times. Another thing that he does is he spits out poison at a range. This one's the easiest to dodge, I think, next to the headbutt. And basically what it does is he marks the target area. You see like a glowing circle. So whoever's inside, get outside. However, when he gets down to 30%, now this is the biggest mechanic of this fight basically, is that he will turn white. So when he turns white, it is your job and the rest of the team's DPS job to deal as much damage as possible, because if you don't get rid of that white coating around him, basically you guys will wipe if you guys can't dodge what he's gonna spit out. So all you want to do is spam all your buttons, spam all your skills. Hopefully you crit. Pray to the Lady Luck and say, give me the 1 mil crit, because that's how you kill this boss. And last but not least, you will notice that throughout the fight that he has an attack where he spits out poison outside the orange circles. If you're inside next to him, you'll be fine. However, if you're outside of that circle, you'll get hit pretty hard. So try to stay inside, or if you're already outside, just run even further away, because there's no way you're gonna make it there in time, and you'll probably die if you get stuck in there somewhere. Now, the second boss is a fish. You'll notice that when you first enter this arena, there's a pool of water in the middle. So that pool of water is basically like your cleansing water, because every now and then the fish will choose one person and it'll do like a splash attack on it where you get poisoned. And what that does is you lose your MP over time. So what you want to do is, if you got hit by that, you want to run into the water, cleanse yourself, and then go back and join in on the fight. Now, this boss is relatively easy. It's just annoying because he does this thing where he'll just randomly runs away from the tank and then runs back at the tank. So you can be doing your combo halfway through and then he'll just run away and then you'll miss it and you're like, oh shit. And then by the time he runs back, everything's already on cooldown because you already blow everything before. So yeah, there's nothing much to this boss besides if you get poisoned, run into the water, cleanse yourself, and then fight. However, every now and then, you'll see that it says a water sprout has buried the pool or whatever. So basically, you just, hit it with your normal attacks, and then the barrier will break, and then you can get in the water again. So I would say this might be the easiest boss out of the 3, but it is pretty damn annoying. Okay, now when you get to this part after the fish with like this 3 egg and a bell thing, I'm not sure if it has been fixed yet, but all you have to do is, go in front of the bell and then kind of spam your spells. And I'm not sure what the mechanic is, but this is a bug where it automatically gives you the highest reward. So everyone gets like a bunch of gold and you skip like, 20 seconds of it. I'm not sure if it's fixed, but if it's not, just abuse it, get some gold. So the next part is pretty simple. Everyone runs to the mini boss, and then you climb on this thing over here so that the monsters will de-aggro and you don't have to deal with them. It may take a few tries to get this down, because the first time I did it, I actually couldn't get the monsters off of me and I died. But you live and you learn. Do this multiple times, you'll get it right sometimes. So you just kill these things and then take the elevator up to the third boss. Well, and now we're on to the last boss, and I call this guy the pizza cutter. You'll see why very soon. There are multiple things you have to know about this guy in order to not die. Obviously, the first thing is to dodge every orange, well, not every, but targeted orange circles, And the second thing is he does this thing where he puts a lightning ball on you, and if you get hit, you'll see that there will be a blue circle, and it gets bigger and bigger with every pulse. Now, if you don't run away from your teammates and they get hit with it too, you both take like additional damage or something. It's a lot of damage. And then a certain HP increments at like 90, 60, and 30, he actually does the pizza cutter move, where he disappears and orange line comes out and his blade starts chopping away. So you have to stand either on the blue circles that you see on the floor, or the 4 cardinal directions marked by the monkey looking faces. And another move is the tsunami. It's very easy to dodge. Basically, a message pops up saying like you'll get washed away or something, and all you have to do is run into the middle, because if you don't, it's a one-shot move. This guy has like multiple one-shot moves, and you don't want to die to one of the easiest ones to dodge. So all you gotta do is go into the middle, man. One thing that I like to do is remember where he disappeared, because he'll just come back up at the same spot that he disappeared at. So when the water comes in and the last moment when it's about to hit, I like to iframe it with one of my spells and then quickly run back to the spot where he disappeared. Or, you can just take the hit and then you get pushed towards that spot. This guy also has phases called annihilation phases. So he'll say, "Oh, annihilate you all." And basically, there's an orange circle around him, and you have to follow the rings. If it's orange on the outside, you have to go outside, right? And if it's orange on the inside, then you have to go on the inside. Simple as that. Timing is very important, because if you mess up, you're gonna get hit. and you probably die if you're a new 65 without the gears from this dungeon. You could, however, try to iframe both the outer ring and the inner ring, like I've tried to do multiple times, to maximize your DPS. It's very risky because if you don't have the correct equipment, you're gonna get pooped on. But one final mechanic of this boss is that, similar to the first one, the turtle, where he becomes white, this guy also does the same thing. He'll say like, oh, he's ready to do a fatal blow, you know, and he kind of glows like orangey. So that's when you have to really land your combo and hope that blade draw resets like crazy. If you don't hit him hard enough, your team will take, well, basically your team gets wiped. There's no other way to say it. You could, however, iframe that skill, but I've only successfully done it like maybe like 3-4 out of maybe like 20 times I've done this dungeon. So you better hope for the crits and hope for the resets. And as always, thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, suggestions and stuff, whatnot, leave them down in the comments below. See you next time.
Give me reasons to doubt, try to keep me down, but I'll put the flame out, you can't get to me. Throw your sticks and your stones, go break all of my bones. You won't ache my soul, you can't get to me. And there is no barricade that I can tear away. Shoot me down, we'll fire away, away. But I'm a heavyweight, I'm a heavyweight, I'm a heavyweight. Push me down to the ground, what goes around comes around. You won't put the flame out, you can't get to me. Say what you wanna say, go take it all away, but I'm here to stay, no you can't get to me. And there is no